There are many reasons why a game can fail, from bugs to bad PR. The reasons for a game being relegated to the bargain bins of the world are many. Occasionally, however, a game fails not because of broken code or poor marketing. The game fails because of ambition. The ambition of a developer to make something great, and not having the time, ability, or resources to pull it off. The Technomancer is one such game. Developed by Spider Software, the Technomancer is an expansive RPG that tells the tale of Zachariah, a member of a semi-religious group of warriors gifted with electrical powers. They call themselves the Technomancer. Early on, Zachariah is exposed to a secret the Order has been trying to suppress for decades, and it is up to Zach to solve the mystery associated with the secret, and use it to contact Earth. Why do they want to contact Earth, I hear you ask? Well, Earth and Mars lost contact with each other centuries ago due to some great cataclysm that isn't specified, only alluded to. And the Church of Technomancers believes the contact with Earth is the key to improving the life for everyone and thing on Mars. I won't go any further into the story because it is by far the best part of the game. The lore has been wonderfully thought out and the attention to detail in the story is impressive. The story is, however, let down by wooden voice acting from the lead characters. It reminded me of the bad old days when developers were used as voice actors to cut costs. Certainly seems that is what's happened here. The game fleshes out its story with multiple factions, which Zachariah can impress or anger depending on his actions in the world. The way each of these factions interact with each other is also quite well thought out and feels natural in the political landscape that Spider Software has created. Spider Software has also created an impressive world to explore. Despite being set on Mars, there is a wide variety of locations. Pristine city halls, slums, red deserts, and even a city that clearly takes its cues from ancient Persia. All of the locations feel appropriate to the setting and the story, making exploring them even more pleasurable. There is quite a bit to do in these open areas, with secrets to hunt down, missions to find, and vendors to interact with. The cities feel lived in and well populated, while the wastes are appropriately bleak and barren. This is a well realised vision of Mars's future, and it kept me interested for my entire playtime. Unfortunately, this is where things take a turn for the worse. Combat in the game is dull and somewhat broken. It starts off being quite promising, with 4 different combat styles to choose from and switch to on the fly. But in practice, combat consists of simply rolling until you get a second chance at hitting the enemy, then rolling some more. Any other tactic leads to a quick death. The combat simply becomes a chore, and even on its easiest difficulties, you will die quickly if you don't practice this snore-inducing combat technique. It is hugely regrettable, as the idea of switching fighting styles on the fly is eminently appealing and something I haven't seen since BioWare's underappreciated classic, Jade Empire. The leveling systems also show promise, which unfortunately peters out quickly. There is a host of things to upgrade. Each of the combat styles has an upgrade tree. Base stats like strength and agility have their own upgrades. And finally, passive skills such as charisma, lockpicking and tech also have their own path to improvement. At first it looks super exciting and teases with possibility of unique playstyles, but in the end the upgrades mean little to nothing. For a lightning-wielding lord of badassery, Zack sure is a wimp in combat, and no matter how many upgrades he has gone through, there is little to no sense of power or progression, and that is a crucial error from the developers. The graphics in-game also feel very last gen. This I can forgive. It is clear that this was a game made on a small budget, and despite their bad looks, there is almost no graphical glitches, frame rate drops, or texture pop-ins to be seen. To be honest, this is about as bug-free as a game can get these days, and I have to give the developers props for that. After all, AAA developers can't even get that right. I also found the loading times to be minimal, and the menus and UI all quite easy to navigate and understand. With the Technomancer, Spider Software has aimed to create an RPG in the mould of games such as Dragon Age and Mass Effect. But that ambition was clearly beyond their capabilities. All the systems are in place to reach that lofty goal, but it feels to me that their development budget was a couple of $1,000,000 short, and as a result the game is a mess of great ideas that are never brought to their full potential. Make no mistake, despite my somewhat critical look at this game, there is enjoyment to be found. The Technomancer is much, much better than the studio's previous efforts, Bound by Flame and Mars Warlogs, and there is certainly fun to be had if you find it. The sad thing is though, playing it just made me want to see what BioWare, Obsidian or Bethesda could do with the source material, because Spider Software is sadly not up to the task of doing the intriguing premise justice. If you are still keen to grab the game, make sure you get it on sale. There is $20 worth of fun here, but not much more than that.